to see them discuss that more on that podcast, because that is one place that I would have loved to see Douglas Murray's answers, or trying to write away things as conspiracy theories or whatever, that clearly there's more to them than just it being some fucking theory. You know, the reality is in this world, and this is how it is. This isn't just Israel. It's everyone. There are some nasty things that happen in the underworld that involve espionage across spy organizations. If you think that your favorite, or I don't know if that's even a fucking thing, but your fucking country's spy organization is not doing some fucked up things, then you're not living in reality, because there's weird moral questions that they decide to answer in 1 second underground, where they just weigh what's worse and they go with the one that's least worse. But yeah, are there things that, you know, have involved Israel that could be used to curry favor across Democratic and Republican politicians that, you know, could have just gotten caught up in that? Absolutely. And the fact that that's not a conversation that's ever been had is crazy, because we have it about every other country. We talk about that about every other country. People are talking about Chinese spies all the time. People love talking about Russia spies and the KGB. You think they fucking did everything that ever happened. But if people talk about Britain and some of the things that have happened in history there, where they spy on us too. So why don't you talk about it with Israel? It's a very, very fair question. And like, you know, we're gonna have some people in here from both sides of the issue coming up that I'm excited to talk with. And when it comes to the people who are pro-Israel, that will be probably their sticking point. I gotta go with the people that are more anti-Israel. I'm gonna have to ask them about the realities of like Israel having their existence threatened, because there are so many people around there that don't like them. Mm-hmm. They should be. They you know, they overuse the fuck out of this line, like Israel has a right to defend themselves. They say that about anything, but there are scenarios where they do have a right to defend themselves, because there are real things that happen. Like they did have a right to respond to October 7th.
Yeah,
for sure,
100%.
You know, but like, where do you take that? You know, if I'm gonna criticize, this is what's crazy. If I'm gonna criticize my government about how we handled Iraq, my own government, right? I don't fuck with Dick Cheney and George Bush. I wouldn't want to be associated with them. Then I can absolutely criticize another government that's doing that. Like who? I think Kiriakou was in here explaining Netanyahu's never even won with a plurality. There's so many fucking parties over there. He wins with 27%.
Highly unpopular in his own country.
So how many people in the country even support what's going on? A lot of them don't. They all want to exist. They don't want to be bombed. They may be like, we need to limit maybe some Palestinians coming into our borders because we're paranoid about it. As a human being, I understand that. That's not ideal, but I get that. There's a huge difference between that though and saying, let's just fucking kill everybody. And I don't know why. I don't know why the average people who have a clear opinion where they're pro-Israel can't at least see that part. Because by the way, I'm pro-Israel existing. I'm pro-Palestine.